So Joe, what's kind of happening today?
We've got our young star on the blocks, Rain. We're just actually caught me early in the morning, so bear with me. I'm not as sharp as I like to be. But yeah, we're just getting our bank holiday Monday session in. As always, we get at least one session in a week for some S&C based stuff. She does a lot of technical skills work with a lot of other trainers, and she comes down here and we just get our S&C, speed and agility all working. So it works on a different side of the game other than the technical and skill side of the game. It's all a great combination to why she's going to be the best female footballer you've ever seen. The last 5 minutes has been just warm-up activation, so we're just looking at activating the muscles we're going to use today, warm them up. As everyone knows, warm-ups are important. These TRX squats are just simulating the moves that we're about to go into, so we're actually about to start our first compound exercises. Normally the first 20 minutes of the session I'll start with like strength specific stuff, and then start getting a little more dynamic with plyometric work, like box jumps, but you'll see them come along. So the first 20 minutes we try and work on just general strength and conditioning.
This has been a 12-month journey. She only started playing football last year, April, and that's just from going from a girls' football camp, Easter camp, so it's like a muck around thing. But she was in primary school. She's done football after school. She's doing tennis before, and she's like, "Oh, Daddy, I wanna play football." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." You know, so I didn't really take it too seriously at the time, but I just thought, obviously, she knows I like football. Maybe it was a bonding thing for her. But then when people are seeing her just muck around, they're like, "Oh, you know, how long has your daughter been playing football for?" I'm like, "My daughter doesn't play football," and they're like, "Oh, she's actually all right." So we've done the girls' football camp. She said she wanted to get more into it, and I just asked at that place where it was in Petswood, "Oh, do you have a girls' football team?" And they was like, "Yeah." And then she started training with them, and then she's played her first season of competitive football with girls. Period. She's got 41 goals, 12 assists in 17 games. So that's not bad. She's here. Like, she's like this morning, she's ready. She's up before me and she's ready. So she's disciplined and she's getting very disciplined with this journey. So yeah, as long as she works hard, you know, ability is one thing, but it's about hard work and dedication to support that. So she's putting it in. So let's see how far we go with it.
Last one. 6, good. Walk that in. Oh, there you go. How's that work? All right?
Yeah.
Try a little more today, or leave it on that? Little 1, 2, 5.
Yeah.
This here is the Bible. It's got every workout we've ever done on it. From the first time I met her. So I'll sell this for £1 billion in the future when every dad wants to know how their daughter's going to make it.
But you're going to keep it?
I am. I'm going to keep it, but sell a copy. So, starting up top, nice strong posture, you know the one, lengthen the hamstrings, hips back, chest up, just down as far as you're comfortable, and then up. The first one was our squats, biggest, well, other than deadlifts, biggest compound lift in the gym, working more predominantly on quads and glutes. This is the secondary exercise, RDLs, working, that stands for Romanian deadlifts, working predominantly on hamstrings and glutes. So we're just getting both sides of the leg in. But yeah, between the two, if I was to say to a young athlete or any athlete, you only were allowed 2 leg-based exercises in your workouts, they'd probably be the 2 massive compound exercises. So yeah, everyone get on your squats and RDLs. We've got loads of people in there with us for Bank Holiday Monday. Obviously only the hard workers are working. Everyone was like, "What are you doing on Monday?" I said, "Working." "Why? What are you doing?" Just having a day off or whatever, which is fair enough. And then it even made me nearly consider it, but then I thought, what am I doing? We've got work to do. So bank holiday don't mean nothing to me, man. Just means another day to get it in. It's back, chest up, nice. We've left on our hamstring there.
her strength and conditioning is core to her football journey. In terms of, you know, it's all about building her strength and building her power, but it's also about protecting her from injury in the future, showing her how to stretch, which will help, and all that stuff's helped her. She had a hamstring sprain in November last year, so we was all a bit naive, me and her, to it, and so that really highlighted the importance of stretching and making sure our conditioning's correct. So yeah, it's you know, obviously this is new to us, and I'm realising that kind of work is not around this age group, and it doesn't really kick in until they're like 13, 14, and that's if they go to pro. And you know, clubs will do that, but in grassroots football, none of these kids are doing this. So, you know, when they get injured and stuff like that, you know, parents can't understand why. But like, your kid's not doing stretching, your kid's not doing this stuff. So, yeah, this you know, Jo is fundamental part of her journey.
Where do you want to be in the next 10 years?
100% at Arsenal. Try to make it to the Premier League, 100%. Right now I'm kind of just cool because I don't want to go to a team and then they'll just get me out straight away or whatever. So I prefer to just wait and then see when that happens and stuff. Yeah.
And also hopefully being England captain.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Yeah.
my aspiration.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So just seat down, feet stop up, and then set down safely. Cool. Exercises like this are the reason that we like to feel like Rain's getting on better with like a lot of short and sharp movements. We're looking at the biomechanics of the game of football and how you can be as reactive as possible. So I do a lot of sprinting based drills with her, stuff that I do with potentially like track athletes, just to get that sharpness up, that reactive speed up. Yeah, I mean, how long we've been training now, do you reckon?
Started June last year.
Yeah, so it's not just in a couple of sessions. I mean, we've been at this for a while now, and even when I went down to have a watch with her play, she's just levels ahead, sharper. If the ball's over there, who's reacting quicker? You know, there's only one person going to get there first, so just helping. So this is like a plyometric drill. Like I say, you do with sprinters. We're looking at like a split box jump. So as soon as she touches the floor, we're basically looking at the speed in which she can react from touching the floor to landing onto the boxes. Good reaction drill, helps with speed, agility.
So you are very meticulous in terms of writing everyone's details down.
Yeah, I got OCD. I think that's more to do with my OCD than anything else. Because half the time people are like, oh, do you ever look back over the stuff we've done? And I'm like, yeah, but not as much as I could use that data. But it's more because if I ever do need to track back and see what we've done, and also like with like her squats, for example, what numbers were we doing 6 months ago to compare to what are we doing today? So it is important to record, but I like to track everything down anyway, just because I've always been taught to collect data. As most people know, it's probably the most valuable product on earth nowadays. So like I say, so one day that data might be worth something to someone if they want to know the journey that Rain went on and how she went about kind of achieving what she's achieving. So you never know, but more than that is for me to track and to just see, so we can make improvements week by week, make sure we're not going over the same stuff too much. Forward jump. Yeah, so we've got the box to create an imbalance at the end for you to stick on, make that stick a little bit harder. As you can see, I ain't got as much spring in my leg as I used to. And balance, there you go. And there you go, there you go. Not only am I a trainer, but I'm a DJ too, so the tunes be running, man. You know, the motivation goes. Coordination, balance, power in which she can get. These hurdles they're actually quite tall. So again, this sort of drill, you're covering 3 or 4 things in one drill, which are going to be beneficial to her game for her balance, speed, change of direction, reaction, everything, which she's really good at. Like I say, when I watch her against other girls, she's levels ahead in regards to reacting to where the ball's going to be, but also once the ball is there, reacting to get to the ball a lot quicker. I went down and watched it, and I was like, she's probably going to score. She just proved 2 goals easy as. So like really happy with her improvement so far this year, man. Really good. This is like where my new passion lies, and it has for a while. I love playing football, but I love working with the young talent that's going to progress on into the game. With like, I wasn't doing nothing like this at this age. I wish I was. Maybe it would have helped me, maybe it wouldn't, you never know. But you know, being able to do this with a lot of young talent and giving them advice where I've had my experience in the game, I think it's a pretty cool thing. Right, second set. But yeah, I think these, you know, there'll be kids out there that will make it sheerly on sheer talent of football. But you know, there's 2 types of players, aren't there? There's a Cristiano Ronaldo, and then there's Lionel Messi. There's Lionel Messi, which is the talent, and then there's Cristiano Ronaldo, which is the extras that make you the best. So that's when I break it up like that, you know. And I think we're here catering for those Cristiano Ronaldos, you know, which if you know, I'm not going to say if I'm Messi over Ronaldo. I think Messi's the greatest footballer to ever play football, but who's scoring hat-tricks at the age of 37 and who's struggling in a Farmers League? Nice. Go just one more on that side, then we'll go for it. Nice. Really nice. Carried away with it. So yeah, with a lot of the drills, it's not, you've got to look at all the planes. So especially in football, it's not just focusing on forward and backwards movement, it's lateral movement, strengthening that as well, because how sharp can you push off from the side? I know you didn't see me go there, so that's how see training works like that. I shifted quick and the camera couldn't keep up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 1 foot back.
What's the one thing that makes you smile every time you come in here?
I just love getting it, man. I love getting it. I love people getting it. I don't believe there's any excuse in the world that I can run, you know. I love my mum to death. We was chatting on the weekend. We were talking about Easter and Easter eggs, and she's smashing it. She's been on a good diet, and we were talking about the general population of the UK and the weight levels going up over time, etc. And she tried to make an excuse for some, saying, well, some might have a health condition, etc. But I feel like potentially most things are self-inflicted, and even if they're not, most things can be avoided or bettered through hard work, dedication, discipline, sacrifice. So in here we don't make no excuses, we just get busy, we get working, we work with whatever you got and we make the best out of it. And that's kind of, you know, when we come in here and I see people getting on with it and we're not making excuses and we're getting it done no matter what, that's what makes me smile, man, you know. That's why we're in here, man. I love it, you know. I ain't got time for excuses, you know. There's no such thing. Second set. She's never argued back with me neither. that's what I like, so that makes me smile. she just gets on with it. I say, can you do it? She says yes, and that's problem solved. What happened? Last one, big squeeze. Yep. Well, foot back. But also we're training a lot of youth and juniors. It's about safety, doing the right things. Like I know you saw us put a load on her. It was 22.25 kilos in the end. I figured out, not 17.5. Great trainer. I don't even know the numbers I'm putting on her back. But no, everything has to be in moderation and safely calculated at this age. The old tale that strength training will stunt someone's growth. That's a very broad statement. I don't think it's accurate. A lot of people have come up and shown that it's not accurate. Weight training for youth is actually, if done correctly and safe, is very beneficial to growth. So yeah, as long as things are done safely and in moderation, and know why you're doing them. I'm doing these exercises because they specifically help with her sports. I'm not giving her any bicep curls or anything completely irrelevant to what she's actually trying to achieve in the sport. So yeah, it's about a healthy balance of getting everything correctly done right at this age in particular, because you're thinking you're setting them up for their future. So at this age it's all about form, mobility, range of motion, and then building up strength in the right areas. Right, last one. Down to the bottom, and then just extension of the arms. So you're just locking out. Don't worry about pushing yourself all the way up. It's just about pushing yourself off the box, locking those arms. So just down, lock, lock. Cool? Yeah. We're going to go 8 there, and then 8 with the slam. So down, up, tiptoes overhead, slam through. 2, 3, 4. That's it, nice tiptoe. One good follow through.
Any kind of advice to kind of any parents that are kind of looking to get their children into sports?
Just support your children, really. Yeah, don't make it about you as the parent. Just encourage, support. All children have got all different abilities and all different talents. Obviously it's a small margin on how many children become professional at any sport. But it's also bonding, because like mine and her bond has got even tighter, and we still spend really nice time together. So sometimes it may just be kind of like a parent and child bonding thing. It's something they can do together, because everyone's working, everyone's busy, life's busy. So even in that sense, just a bonding session's good. But yeah, just if your daughter does have potential, son has potential, but in this case, daughters, just support them, just really support them, and just don't push them, just support them, and just teach them, work hard, because even if they're not playing football, in life they've still got to work hard to achieve the best outcome for them. So that's my motto: dedication, work hard, discipline.
Some people don't like the way I play football, but the one thing they can't deny is my athletic ability. I can run, I can move, I'm strong, and I mean, if you can have that as a base in your game, then I think you can play any sport. So, and that all comes from just me grafting here. Go on, last set. That comes from all me grafting in here, and the same for a lot of my young athletes. The first thing I can say about them is they're going to work hard, they're going to be fit throughout the game, they're going to be fast, they're going to be strong, and then all you got to worry about is your skill set. So that's when the other football coaches come into play. But if there's coaches out there looking to get or parents out there looking to get their kids involved in this, get your kids involved in this. It's accessible, especially nowadays. You can see all these drills online. You don't have to be, I would advise you do it with a trained coach such as myself, but if you have a decent background in sport, you can find these exercises, access them, as long as you're taking on board correctly the breakdown of the exercise and making your athlete or your child do it safely. Then get involved, get doing it. You don't need a gym, you need body weight. You don't need a floor, you can do it in grass, you can do it anywhere. So there's no excuses. It's out there for everyone to learn. Or if you're like me and you're like, you know what, I'm going to pay a professional to do it, then there's trainers out there that I happily help as well. So there's no excuse on a professional level or on an amateur level. It's all there for you to get done.